right. So, here's an intriguing rumor. Josh Brolin may be the new Hal Jordan in the TV series Lanterns. And now I'm unsure if this is an Elseworlds or if this is part of James Gunn's DCU. That I'm unsure about. I really can't remember what he said. I think it is part of the DCU, in which case, that would be an interesting thing, because I'm pretty sure that Hal Jordan would appear in other projects, not just Lanterns. So I'm not sure how to feel about this. If I like Josh Brolin as Hal Jordan or not. I'm really not sure how to feel about that. I always thought of Hal Jordan as younger, but I guess that's the way comic books age characters, in the sense that they don't. I mean, he obviously has to be older because, for those who are unaware of the plot of Lanterns, where'd it go? So, Lanterns follows new recruit John Stewart and Lanterns legend Hal Jordan, two intergalactic cops drawn into a dark, Earth-based mystery as they investigate a murder in the American heartland. So obviously by that, it should be an older actor. And before anyone comes at me that he's only 56, I'm 53. So he's my age. I'm really not trying to insult him. I'm just being realistic. We're middle-aged. It's just the way it works. So yeah. By that description, it fits. But I don't know. Like I said, maybe it's because even when you get the new recruits like John Stewart or whomever else, Hal Jordan looks the same. Even with all he's been through, he still looks the same as when he was first introduced. So maybe that has something to do with my doubt. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Josh Brolin. I think he would make a great Hal Jordan, but at the same time, yeah, the age thing, because of the way comics does age, just I'm very confused. Even though I know he's older, it's just, yeah. Anyway, let's see if there's anything. Like I said, Jon Stewart has not been cast yet. So, yeah, this should be an interesting show. For those who have been following along, know that Guy Gardner is going to be in the Superman movie, played by Nathan Fillion. So, because the show is called Lanterns, even though it's emphasizing Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan, there could easily be other Lanterns that show up. So, maybe Guy Gardner. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting to see who else shows up on that show. Let's see, this article from comicbook.com says one actor who is willing to take on the co-leading role as Jon Stewart in Lanterns is Aldis Hodge, and he's the one who played Hawkman in Black Adam. Oh, and he voiced Stewart in animated projects. I wonder if those are some that I actually listened to. Nah, he's too young. Anyway, I can totally see that. I mean, he has that vibe of Jon Stewart. I could see him as Jon Stewart. Um, Especially since the reception of Black Adam, I didn't mind many of the actors in that movie. It just, the movie wasn't, it was meh. So yeah, if that's the case, I would be thrilled because the people were in who were doing actors who were doing well in these previous movies, which basically got dropped, like Shazam or Black Adam. There's quite a few actors who I thought did a very good job and deserve another shot. Him being one, because I like to joke that the subtitle to the Black Adam movie um was how did I phrase it before? Basically, everyone beats up on Hawkman. I believe that's the phrase I use. Everyone beats up on Hawkman. Because that's basically what ended up happening in that movie. Pretty much everyone took a swipe at Hawkman. So yeah, I'm totally game to that. Let's see. So this is what he had to say. Let me just make sure that there's nothing about Josh Brolin more before I go into more about Aldis Hodge. No. Okay. Alright, so let's move to Aldis Hodge and what he said. Look, I'm open for whatever. I would love to live out the rest of the legacy of Hawkman because we had some amazing plans for him, but also with Jon Stewart in a live action capacity. I voiced Jon Stewart in the animated space for years now. Few years. Phil Lamar passed the baton. Shout out to Phil because I'm a big fan of his work. But if that became a film adaptation, absolutely. I mean, that was one of my dreams growing up, was to be Jon Stewart in live action. So, like I said, I'm fine with him taking on Jon Stewart. I'm fine with him staying as Hawkman. I don't know if James Gunn has any plans for using Hawkman. Let's face it, if the MCU has taught us anything, it's that start with grounded stuff and then slowly enter weird. And let's face it, Hawkman's whole existence is weird. Regardless of what backstory you use for him, it's weird. So I can see why people, it's hard to do Hawkman well. So I can see why James Gunn might be reticent to use the character again. So yeah, I would be perfectly fine with him as Jon Stewart. And yeah, I'm still uncertain about Hal Jordan because, unpopular opinion, I actually did not mind Ryan Reynolds' take on Hal Jordan. The only thing that bugged me was that they, missed some of his iconic things like the freaking baseball glove. I mean, seriously, how are we not using that? That was his thing. But I honestly didn't mind him. I know that Ryan drinks whenever he watches that movie, but I didn't think he was that bad. I mean, granted, the overall movie was okay, I'm talking about Ryan Reynolds as Hal Jordan. I'm not talking about the movie. Even though the movie was fine, I mean, I didn't hate it. It wasn't great, but I didn't hate it. But I did like Ryan. And so yeah, I still have that Hal Jordan in my head. That with a combination of comic book Hal Jordan from the 80s when I last read comics. So between that, yeah. It's hard for me to see an older actor as Hal Jordan, but like I said, I don't hate it. I'm definitely open to seeing how Josh Brolin does as Hal Jordan. I don't know if he would look a bit more like his Young Riders days when he was less buff. That to me would be more closer to Hal Jordan's physique. Because let's face it, Hal Jordan not ripped. That is not his thing. So yeah, that's probably another thing that Josh Brolin is, he's well built. Hal Jordan? No, 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 no. Anyway, Jon Stewart, on the other hand, is well built. So this would be more of a switcheroo in that regard. So anyway, I believe that is all I have for this video. And in that case, I will see you guys in the next one.